Good afternoon, dear student. Now we are discussing about the history section of class 8, chapter 1, the modern period. Now we first discuss about what is history. Generally, history is the study of past. In other words, history is the study of changing pattern in our society. Second point, in the beginning, history revolved around the powerful people, king, or a dominant personality. But today, the subject matter of history is common people, their economy, their culture, and their activities that affect their society. Second point, the periods in history. Generally, history divided into the three periods. Number one, ancient period. Number second, medieval period. Number third, modern period. In general way, we say same thing: ancient history, medieval history, and modern history. At first of all, before the 8th century, that history belong is known as ancient history. 8th to 18th century history that belong is known as medieval history, and after the 18th century that history is belong it is known as modern history. First point, three periods are differed to their preceding and succeeding periods. Three periods are differ than their preceding and succeeding periods because in the ancient history the Indian culture was dominant, but when the Turks and Mughal came in India, the medieval period start. Same will as when the Britishers came in India, the modern period evolved. Generally, 18th century is the beginning of modern periods in India. In Europe, a lot of developmental processes were held on, such as urbanization, industrialization, progress of science, colonization, and new inventions. In India, it also started, but its speed becomes very slow. But Britishers provided the modernity in India. They established big cities, they established railways, they established a lot of offices in India. So the modernization process may be start through the Britishers. But some scholars not agree with this. Some scholars says that this period is known as colonial period. इसको हिंदी में कहते हैं उपनिवेशवाद, because India was a colony of Britishers and British exploited the Indian resources. Next, time is very important in history. If any incident held, four type of question developed: when held, how held, where held, and what was the result. It is the most important question in the history in every incident or every substances. So these four questions are very important in history. Next point, interpretation in history. Interpretation means व्याख्या. In history, there are a lot of historians and they interpret in different manner in a particular incident. Such as, just example, in 1857, a incident may be held. Indians said that it is the war of independence. Why? The Britishers said that it is सिपाही म्यूटिनी. घटनाएं एक घटी थी 1857 में. भारतीयों ने उसका व्याख्या किया कि ये फर्स्ट वॉर ऑफ इंडिपेंडेंस है, जबकि अंग्रेजों ने उसको एक सैन्य विद्रोह कहा. तो यहाँ कोई घबराने वाली बात नहीं होती है. हर हिस्टोरियंस किसी भी घटना का अपने हिसाब से व्याख्या कर सकता है. तो सो वी से डैट interpretations are differ in history. Of course, in the beginning it was a सिपाही म्यूटिनी. सेना में विद्रोह हुआ, मंगल पांडे ने इसका आगाज किया था. बट a lot of kingdoms just like झांसी, अवध, दिल्ली and आरा They joined this mutiny and provide a war of independence. Now our next topic is sources. Generally, we know about the modern history by two sources such as archaeological sources and second is literary sources. Archaeological sources, the sources just like monument, coins, inscription, it is important, but in the medieval period they are most important. In the modern period, literary sources are very important. Just like our president house, our parliament, it is made by the Britishers, so it provides a lot of knowledge to our Britishers, their construction activities, and how they developed the New Delhi. Of course, now here we discuss about main focus on the literary sources. Number one, office record. It was introduced by the Mughals, but British followed it. अंग्रेज के ऑफिस में डेली टू डेली अपडेट होता था, रिकॉर्ड मेंटेन होता था, जो कि इन द फ्यूचर कंडीशन में रिक्वायर हो, भविष्य में इसकी ज़रूरत पड़े, इसलिए इसको आर्चीव्स में प्रिजर्व किया जाता था. नंबर सेकंड, सर्वे रिपोर्ट. अंग्रेजों ने बहुत से सर्वे कराए, ज़मीन का सर्वे, रिसोर्सेज का सर्वे, पॉपुलेशन का सर्वे. ये सब क्यों कराए? बिकॉज दे मेक्स द a lot of policies for the development of the Indians, and these reports are preserved and provides a lot of knowledge about the or the modern periods. Number third, the records that belong to the medieval period provide the medieval informations records. In the indigenous records, indigenous means local or natives. In this, a lot of newspaper, travelogues, pilgrims record. It also provides a lot of knowledge about the modern periods. जैसे सपोज करिए कि फॉरनर जस्ट लाइक द William Hawkins and the other Domingo Pace came in India. They mentioned their diaries or books. It provided a lot of knowledge to that period. Newspaper just like Kesari, it is in Marathi language. The Statement, the Hindustan, these are the famous newspaper of those period, and it provided a lot of knowledge, the policies of Britishers and how the Indians react to the Britishers. It is very important. And the Foreigner's Diary, now converted into the books, it also provided a lot of knowledge about the modern periods. If we know about the exploitative policy of the Britishers, a lot of movies also provide various knowledge, just like Bhagat Singh. A lot of biographies, just like based on Subhash Chandra Bose, provide the exploitative policy of the Britishers, how they treat a bad action against the Indians and how they exploited the India's resources. It is very prominent. तो इस तरह से आपने समझा कि लिटरेरी सोर्सेस कैसे हमारे अतीत को बताती हैं, कैसे गवर्नमेंट रिकॉर्ड्स जो हैं वो अंग्रेज़ों के समय के शासन को वर्णित करते हैं, कैसे सर्वे रिपोर्ट सच्चाई को बताती हैं, कैसे डायरी, ट्रेवलॉग, न्यूज़पेपर, बुक्स, मूवीज़ अंग्रेज़ों के शासन को बतलाती हैं. तो वी होप दैट you listen it very carefully, and it is a summary of the chapter 1 of history of class 8th. Okay, that's all.